Hi guys, so I'm trying to bring this old truck back to life, and I've been looking for this thing for a long time, almost 10 months to a year. And it is a Texas truck, but with being from Texas, it doesn't have any rust, but man, does it got some sun damage. So what I'm using today is a Presta brand, never used it before. Actually, guys, I got this with a boat that I bought, and I have no idea what it was going to do, but it's actually doing a very good job. It's just ultra cutting cream. Basically, it's just a rubbing, ultra buffing rubbing compound. Removes coarse through fine and all kinds of scratches. So we're giving it a try. It doesn't have any fillers or waxes in this, which is kind of important because all I want to do is clean it. And I'm going to sit back here. As you can see, I've done the bed, and so far it is really doing a great job. It's already got a super nice shine to it. As you can see, you can actually see my reflection in it. Wave to you guys. And that is hitting it one time with this, and it's doing very well. I kind of did a little bit here. I just kind of hit it with just a towel, just kind of see what it's going to do on the paint. As you can see the difference. Haven't touched it and have touched it. You kind of see it here. So I'm going to take you through the process of making this little beast look as new as I can again. So let's go. So anyhow, this is the buffer I got. And guys, it's nothing that impressive at all. I think it's actually a Craftsman when Sears was open. I've had this for a long time, and it's actually done a very good job. I do not have a high-speed buffer, and I think that's probably what would really help out with these little bit of a mark going through the paint there. So I got to spend a little bit more time letting this kind of work and eat and do its thing. And just make sure you shake up your rubbing compound or your wax, whatever you're using, really well before you put it on your cloth. And I just put about that much on there, and I'll kind of dab it around on the paint, and then let's go to town. You can see how much oxidation is coming up. Just this dark color here is really cleaning that paint off, taking off just a small little layer of the clear coat, and making it look really good. So we'll reapply a little bit, put a little bit more on there. Keep working. So it's really turning out. I had some more of them little marks right there in between, so that's almost a guarantee there's a limb that went down the truck and made them scuff marks. But those right there are almost gone, and those back here are just about, you just barely see them. I'm gonna hit it one more time and we should be good to go. And what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna work our way around the truck. And I did have to do some touch up. I've got, well, let's just say several little rock chips. More of them are down towards the bottom of the truck, of course, from the wheels and tires. Kicking up, this was a Texas truck. So anyhow, I'm really pleased how this paint is turning out. It's turning out a whole lot better than what I thought. And we're gonna take you around the truck as we get her nice and shiny. So let's go. You know, when I was looking for a truck, I didn't want to buy a red truck. I've had a red truck in the past, and it just isn't my favorite color. And I was kind of looking for anything but red. But You know what? When you find a truck that's been taken care of and it's come from the South, I guess you just change the way you think and you just go, well, that'll be good enough. But guys, let me tell you, after I got this truck buffed out and really good wax job on it, the red to me is more of a almost like a turquoise red. It's just a really, really nice red color. And I sure am glad I got it. And I can tell you what, couldn't ask for anything better. And it actually worked out really, really well. All right, after about 4 passes on this hood, I finally got her as close as I possibly can. We've got a little damage right there that is due to, it looks to be bird poop. But anyhow, as you can see the difference, this side, and I stopped right here. Haven't done this side yet, but it is looking a whole lot better. Got a little patina to her. Got a little mark right there and right there. I'm gonna try to put a little touch of paint on that and work that in, and then put a clear on top and then buff that out and see how that will turn out. I think it'll actually help that quite a bit. So anyhow, we're gonna be going around the truck, doing this whole thing. She's got quite a bit to do yet. I've only got half of the truck done. Well, actually not even half, because I haven't done on top of the cab yet and haven't done the tailgate yet, but we're getting there. Just an old truck, needs a new facelift. So we're gonna keep going. I think what's important too is when you're doing a really wide flat area, especially up on the hood, is to just alternate your buffing strokes on there, so that way you're not staying in the same pattern. And right here I'm using some duplicate color touch-up paint, and with that it does have a clear coat on the other end of that duplicate color. And I tell you what, I was highly impressed on how that come out. It dried really good and hard, and then with that clear coat that she was able to put on top, it really did the job. And right there on the hood where it looked like it had some bird poop damage up there, it filled in that area. And once again, I just put the clear coat on there, and I did buff that clear coat right there at those damaged spots a couple times more just to get a nice good covering. All right, so I got the passenger side done, and it turned out really good too. I really like this color. Really pops, but man, it is. Here's my chair. There it is, nice and shiny. This thing will not focus for some reason. There we go. I did find that to get you a little bottle of water like this, it really helps out with the rubbing compound, because it likes to dry out since I don't have a high-speed buffer. And I just kind of missed the truck a little bit, just missed it. Then I go ahead and just work it back and forth. And then if it starts to dry a little bit, I'll mist it again. Then that way it's still doing what it needs to do and it doesn't dry out too fast. So turned out really good. Now we're gonna start putting down some wax. So this is my wax of choice. I really like Meguiar's, and I do like the cleaner wax as well, because typically my trucks are a lot older than everybody else, it seems like out there. But I do like a cleaner wax. It does help. It has almost like a very, very light rubbing compound in it, because man, I tell you what, it really does good on just removing little scuff marks in your paint, and it does a good job. So this is what I use. That's just my personal opinion on that. And nobody pays me to advertise for them. This is just what I've learned over the past. You do have it in the paste form, which I like these little dispensers right here. Has a nice little handle, and man, it works really good for applying the wax. It's really nice and quick, and it just gives you something to really grip onto, which I really like. I have a bottle of the liquid cleaner wax too. This is really good as well. It's just liquid instead of the wax, the solid wax like that one is there. But your choice, this is just what I like. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna let that haze up just a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and change out my buffer pad on my buffer, and I'll come back through and I'll buff this wax out. Man, I tell you what, guys, just get you some old towels. It works out the best to do your final little touch up after that wax is hazed up and you've already hit it with a buffer. Now you're just going back over, just cleaning up any excess wax, and it's just nice to have some old towels around. Looks even better. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get 2 coats of wax on this, since I use that ribbon compound and basically took everything off. So I'm going to put 1 coat on, buffed it off, and now I'm going to put 1 more coat on, and we should be good to go. And right here, this is my final polish towel here. This is my special towel, I call it. I'm hitting it for the very last time and taking off any or excess wax that was left on there. Just kind of giving it that nice little touch up. And it really does make a big difference just by kind of going over and keeping the best towels for last and switching them out, and you'll be happy that you did so. And I would highly suggest not to do this in the sunshine. If you do, it's going to dry super quick and be extremely hard to get off. You may only have to do just a small portion of each panel if you're doing it out in the sun. Try to find some shade and kind of do it in the cool of the day, which yeah, sitting about 40 degrees today. Now what we'll do, we'll let that dry for about 10-15 minutes, probably around 10 today. And if you need to dry a little quicker, just have a fan blowing on it. It'll dry in no time. Then we'll come back through and do the final buff. I'll show you how much I've used in the can. I bet I haven't used a quarter of this can. It's not all the way to the top when you purchase this. It's about a quarter of it showing. And I've done this full-size truck, 4-door, short bed, 6.5 foot, on just about a quarter of a can. When you put it in there really kind of push down on your sponge. Really get a big heavy layer of it, because remember, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put a nice layer of wax on this. Just smear it around. That's probably another reason why I like this wax. This Meguiar's cleaner wax. It's just so easy to remove off of the truck. Even if it dries a little bit, it's still super easy. So highly recommend it. Been using it for years. And I've used several different brands, and I just kind of really like it. So y'all check it out. All right, the last thing you want to do is go grab a toothbrush, preferably not your own. Go ahead and grab your wife's or your kids. Those work really well. And you know what? They may even say that their teeth look a little whiter or shinier. Anyhow, take your toothbrush and do the little final cleanup of your wax on all your little crevices around your trim, okay? When that wax hardens up, it's going to be extremely tough to get off. And open up all your doors, do all your seams all the way up, and run your toothbrush right along your edge of your window trim to get just that little bit of extra wax off of there. And let me tell you, it will make it look a lot better. In a few weeks, you'll start to see that wax. And just run it on all your trim pieces, all your hard to get areas. And just be careful not to pick up any dirt or dust when you're doing that. Around your emblems here, just run the edge of that, knock that off. Just be careful not to run it on any of your paint. Here's a good example. Get wax down in there. You know, just take it, brush it off, run it on a towel, or just get her cleaned up. Looks like some old wax in there. So we'll get that. All right, guys, so I'm almost done here, and we're gonna be pulling this thing out in the sunshine. I think you guys will really appreciate what this old truck looks like now. All right, everybody, so I've got it all finished up on the wax, and a little cloudy today, but anyhow, I'll take you a little walk around, kind of show you what this truck looks like. I spent probably right at 10 hours getting this thing all buffed up, and then did a good wax job on it. And I haven't done the wheels yet. I'm going to be taking the wheels off and actually probably running a little buffer on those as well. Going to be using a little bit of rubbing compound, just what I did on the truck itself, and then I'll be putting that good wax I have on it. Got some stickers yet on the back glass that I got removed. So I just got this truck, and I'm going to be going through it 100%. I got a lot of stuff on the front end I'm going to be rebuilding. Checked it out. I'm going to be replacing both lower and upper ball joints, and I've got a small antifreeze leak, and going to be changing out all the fluids on this truck. And just looking her over really well. It's not perfect, but the truck did come from Texas, and it's been in Texas his whole life except about 1 year. So I believe it's gonna turn out pretty good. We've got a little bit of clear coat kind of peeling up on top of the roof. I'm gonna be taking that, and it's mainly back here just on the back. I'm gonna be doing a light, probably a 600 grit sand on that, and then going to be shooting some more clear coat on top of that, because the paint is actually good. It's just the clear coat that's actually flaking up on it. So after I get the ball joints done, it looks like all of the other steering components are pretty tight. Once I get that all apart, I'm going to see about checking in that a little bit more, and just making sure it's all good to go. Because once I get in there, I want to make sure everything is 100%, because I'm going to have it aligned, and no need to do a job twice. So I've got some mud flaps on the back, and there isn't any on the front. I'm going to see about putting some on the front, and I do have some side steps that run the full length. I'm going to be putting those on as well. And anyhow, guys, this is it. Thought it turned out really well compared to what it looked like before. It's in very good shape now, so I'm real happy. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, to the Jeep Man King channel, this thing's going to be on there quite a bit, guys. So if you watch my channel, I don't have necessarily a niche. I cover all kinds of different topics just because that's my life, okay? Whatever I'm doing, I think that may help somebody else out, I just post it, upload it, and let everybody else see it, because I tell you what, so many other people have helped me out on YouTube, and it's kind of like the modern day Haynes manual. And if any of you guys do maintenance out there, you understand what a Haynes manual is. If you needed to work, or if you sold the truck, got a different one or different car, you need to do some repairs, well, you picked up a Haynes manual, because that's what got you through all the maintenance and issues and causes or problems on that vehicle. But now you just YouTube it. So pretty cool. And so anyhow, guys, everybody, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. I sure do appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all later.